If you're wondering why you're looking at a cartoon version of a taxi cab, it's because when I reviewed this Cherokee, I thought it was a Toyota Crown Comfort. But thanks to one of my loyal viewers, it turns out to be a Nissan Crew. So it's never my intention to really collect service vehicles in 1/64 scale, but you can actually thank all these goofy cartoon card reviews that I do, because that has influenced me to buy this thing here. So now we have a true 1/64 scale Toyota Crown Comfort taxi sedan here. This is TLV number LV-N219. Unfortunately, it doesn't say the year here. Sometimes you'll see 2 digits there, and that's supposed to represent the year. But good old Wikipedia, hopefully it's right, I don't know. It says this thing was made between 1995 to 2017 by Kanto Auto Works, which is a subsidiary of Toyota. Looks like you have to put on your own mirrors, and whatever those are, I don't know. They look like orange lights according to the photograph. Okay, let's get this guy open here. I think, well, it's been opened before. I need a ruler. Being a taxi cab is not going to be a speed demon. These things would have a variety of engines over the years, either a 1.8 up to a 3-liter engine, and it would be either normally gas powered or even LPG powered or diesel powered. And let's see here. So it is nice that they give you the fender mirrors. If you don't ever touch your models, you know, I guess you could glue these on pretty nice. They are nice chrome plastic, so they are reflective. But since I always pull out my models for comparisons and stuff, I'm not going to put those on. But these maybe I will put on, because they, well, you'll see it when I compare the thing to the photographs. Alright, so it's got a nice little blister and a little protective piece of plastic to keep this thing from getting scratched up from the blister. Alright, sorry. Let's get a better view here. So I pulled up this photo because I think it is the exact same livery. You can see this checkerboard here going across the body in the Japanese text, which I can faintly make out right there in the rectangle. So you'll see this photograph does have the chrome mirrors, and then these orange little lights there. Are those turn signals, maybe? Anyone from Japan, maybe leave a comment. I'm gonna guess they're turn signals, just being an amber color. Or maybe, well, I mean, what else would they be, right? They're on both sides of the car. Let me focus on the model here. Okay. So let's look at this one. Besides being taxis, you know, I'm sure a lot of corporations use them for VIP escorting, or ooh, I seem to have pulled up a different year, because clearly the taillights are a bit different here. So yeah, it would be nice if TLV would write the year that they modeled. I mean, when a car runs for several decades, I would think it might be nice to know that. Alright, let's see. Well, it's not a metallic color. This is a interesting blue. It's not sky blue. It's possibly a hint of green in there. Maybe teal? Is that what that stuff is called? Okay, well, it's nice, nevertheless. And then let's try to focus on some of this text here. Yeah, the text is all nice and crisply done. It's all tampo printed, none of that, no decal stuff. Nice black printing here for the rubber molding. And actually, it's not only just black, but there's a line of silver on top of it. I thought it was a reflection at first, but no. Even hold it at this angle, you can see the silver there. As I twist it up, well, the silver vanishes there because it's literally molded at an angle. Okay, well, these wheels do match the first 2 photographs. A little black paint wash would have been nice to have, but I guess it's just the budget from TLV. That tire's a little messed up. Okay, let's see on the bottom. Since we're here, 164 scale. It's a Crown Comfort, Crown Sedan. Who made it in 2020? So, is this the first use of this casting? I would have guessed they would have made this before. Or did they make other Crown Comforts just not as nice as this one? Because, I mean, this thing's been around since 1995, right? Alright, so this side seems to have the fuel filler. And it looks like a no smoking badge of some sort, right? Yeah, no smoking. Boy, that must be some sort of emblem, but it's just a flat printing here. Can't read that text, but 420. Oh, that might be minimum starting. I think that might be a yen symbol. So like $4, $5 to start a taxi fare, maybe? Boy, my cat was running in front of my face earlier, so I have some allergies now. Not sure why there would be a circle here. The door handles, there's some dimensionality. It looks like there's a little depth and also it's rising above beyond the plane of the door. Oh boy, this tire is even. Okay, so you can fix the tires if they're not put on very well. I like the two-tone effect here. The roof is like a dark green, but it's not metallic. It's just a dark green. Alright, let's see. We got some silver painted fog lights. And what's nice is some sort of realistic looking license plate. And this might be a first for me. Am I right? I don't know if I recall any other TLV in my collection having a printed license plate. So, what I think, that's great. I'm just wondering, I bash on this brand so much, for having blank white license plates. I'm hoping that, if all the reviewers online complain about it, probably the Japanese reviewers complain about that, maybe TLV does listen to those guys. I highly doubt they're going to listen to me. Okay, anyways, a nice raised badge there. It looks kind of like a crown. I kind of feel like it would have been nice to have a little more color. Like, it can't just be a flat gold badge, right? But the headlights here are looking pretty nice. They actually remind me of like a Mercedes 190E. But anyways, it's got, a shallow cavity and then a light bulb behind it. So, and that's behind this nice thick glass. And this is actually clear on that first photograph. It must just have an orange light bulb, so I guess that's quite accurate. I do kind of wish, again, there was a black paint wash in the grill. It's quite obviously, black on the real photograph, and I've seen TLV put paint into some of their grills, but this time around, maybe they put the budget into that. Okay, well, some improvements, I guess. Nice little ribbing detail here, some sort of vents, and this little vent here in the dashboard. So you got this light on the top here. I can't, make out what that would be, but the shape of it matches that photograph again, although the photograph is illuminated green. Alrighty, we seem to have, is this a casted-in bumper? I don't know. I can't tell if this bumper is a separate piece. I think it is. The reason why, at least the back one, you have the sprue mark. This is where it's pulled off the molding sprue. Oh, yep, same in the front. So that's nice. I mean, it is, I guess, technically a separate bumper on the real car. Just look at those photographs. So TLV duplicated it quite well. They could have easily had it molded into the metal and just painted this black, but they did it right. Alright, so the silver line does carry across from that molding around these bumpers as well. Let's see the badging here in the back. So I guess this is a Crown Comfort Super Deluxe. No idea what that would be. Some sort of taxi registration maybe. It says Crown, kinda. Yeah, it does say Crown. Toyota badge looks really good. There's some sort of ID number up here. Yeah, great. The plate is just awesome. And then look at these taillights, really nice. We have the, all sorts of molded depressions and light bulb indication back behind this red plastic. And then this rear light strip here is also, good color separation. I wonder if it's co-molded, red plastic molded with clear plastic. The separation is so good. Or maybe it's just all, well, I don't know. I was thinking maybe it's clear plastic painted red on the backside, but I don't think so. I think this has to be all translucent red up here. The exhaust tip is pretty small, but it at least has a depression there, so that's good. And then, the silver carries across to the muffler. Alright, unfortunately, one thing I do like to also complain about is I wish they would move to screwed bases. Because a lot of times, maybe not this one, but a lot of times with the wheels, being solid, no air passing between the spokes, I think TLVs would be really good for wheel swaps, with all the different alloy wheels you can buy now in the aftermarket of 164. Alright, so let's see here. Well, what a nice molded detail. Nothing in an instrument cluster there. No extra color this time around, which I suppose for a taxi is alright. You're not going to have a lavish interior in a taxi. But I do kind of wish they had a different color plastic. Looking at the photograph of this car, it seems to have like a gray or some sort of lighter colored interior. There's also no rear view mirror. That's something maybe you guys care about. But the windows have a little tampo printing for that line, and then the casting itself has silver chrome painted around there, and then the black painted there as well. So, this being a car from TLV, it's going to have the suspension. And yeah, that's seems to be executed as far as the paint quality quite nicely. There's no paint rash on this guy, so I'm very grateful for that. I have seen brand new ones from this brand with paint rash. It is quite a bit orange peely up here as well, but I'm okay with that because I'd rather have orange peeled paint than paint rash paint. Alright, well, I guess it's time to compare to a couple other models. So let me get the spinner here. So let's see here. So the first car I'm going to bring out is by Konami. It's a 1968 Toyota Crown Hardtop SL. So a sportier version of the Crown. And it's pretty great, actually, that Konami. Although that one does have paint rash, being an old model. This next one is another TLV. It's a 1969 Toyota Crown, but it's a 4-door, so I'll put that on this side here. Because I have the coupe version again from TLV, and I've compared these two, I think, in a different video if you want to search that out. So, late 60s, 1995 to 07, obviously going to be a lot of changes there. Let's get these two coupes out. I'm going to throw in this weird wild card. It's an Aoshima Grachan Collection 1983 Crown. And I swapped out the wheels with those B&S plastic ones. I also repainted the interior like a tan color. And the very last one is a Toyota Century by Hobby Japan, which is a big, luxurious vehicle. Let me give you guys a top view. Alrighty. So every car deserves a spin on its own. If the spin thing will speed up. Alright, so in conclusion, I do think this is a pretty cool looking model. The spokes of the wheels are so fine. I mean, you can kind of see the back. What do you guys think? Do you think they could have made those spokes hollow? If it was a Kyosho, the answer would be yes. But I guess in this case, they did what they could. So I'm just really happy to see some sort of improvement, and that improvement for me is a license plate with numbers on it. You know, if you weren't catching it before, this is what I'm usually complaining about. You know, just a blank white license plate. You just never see a car with a blank white license plate. You'd always see either the dealership brand or something, or the name of the car on there in promotional photos. So it's all about realism, right? The last thing I didn't mention is the wiper blades. They seem to be printed on at the very bottom, but I guess that's okay because I'm guessing you really can't even see them on the real car. They're hidden behind the hood. So yeah, if you don't like adding plastic parts, just don't add them, right? I don't think you're gonna die if it doesn't have those orange lights. Because if you look at these photos again, here, these two at least, there are no orange lights up there, or even on that taxi there. So, maybe I won't put them on, because if I mess up, I'll have a glue residue. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Until the next TLV comes in, I'll be seeing you in the comment section.